Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with a snack habit. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to that intro. Welcome back to Gunners Collective TV. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate the support. Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Tory Lanez is going home. Or is he? One never knows, does one. One thing I know for sure is there's a lot of suspicious activity going on all of a sudden. All of a sudden, and let's break it down right here, man, because Tory Lanez's dad has done a press conference. And in this press conference, he said a lot of things. He looked like a very concerned parent. I could only imagine. Imagine waking up, getting a phone call early in the morning that your child, and it's always going to be your child, no matter if he's a grown man, no matter if he's running yards, no matter if he shot some fat chick in the pinky toe. No matter what he's done, he's always going to be your child, right? So you're going to rock with him, or you're supposed to. So his dad does a press conference, and because his son was stabbed 14 times in the head, in the face, in the back, in the chest area. Very unfortunate fucking thing that happened. And but that's to be expected on the type of yard he was rocking on. So now let's put the SMY 50-50 prison politic bullshit to the side. And let's focus on the man, Tory Lanez, and his father. So his father gets this phone call. And of course, man, Tory Lanez is not only a person and a man and a son and everything else, but he is a public figure. He's a singer, a rapper. He's someone who's in the public eye and everybody wants to know about. So his dad does a press conference. And in that press conference, he spoke upon a lot of things. Now, for those of you that don't know, Tory Lanez's crime that he's locked up for, shooting Megan Thee Stallion, has always been suspicious. There's always been suspicion surrounding it. There's always been some people saying, man, he's innocent. He didn't do that. He was wrongfully convicted, but he was convicted. And then there are always those that are like, nah, man, that fool done did that. He was trying to show off with a gun and he shot her in the pinky toe, right? Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you. I never really paid too much attention because I never really listened to Tory Lanez's music. But as someone who has been incarcerated and hate to see people wrongfully incarcerated, I'm going to rock with them. If he is in fact innocent, if he is in fact, not guilty of that crime, man, that dude right there, he got the full prison experience. And I mean the whole prison experience. Imagine he's from Canada, don't know really too much about the United States except for popping bottles and shooting people in the pinky toe. He gets locked up in the California prison system, one of the worst systems of all, and gets the full ride. Gets to go to the PC yards, gets to go kick it with the brothers on the yard and bust spreads, gets to go work out on that concrete and get stabbed numerous times. Yep, I would say that's the full prison experience, right? Now, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going on. All of a sudden, not even a day after he gets stabbed on the prison yard, he's still in the infirmary in the hospital, recovering, still leaking. You see the thumbnail? That's him. He's in smiles. He's in good spirits. Of course he is, because now he's being told he has action. Yesterday, there was another press conference that was held, and it was held by a bodyguard that was actually present the night Megan Thee Stallion got shot. The alleged crime that Tory Lanez is incarcerated for. And he has a whole lot of new evidence. Okay. He's saying, and this is a witness saying all of a sudden, right, that Tory Lanez was not the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion, that it was in fact someone else. Now, there was a lack of residue, from a gun, meaning Tory Lanez didn't have no residue on him. That was very suspicious. There was a lot of suspicion surrounding this crime. Now you have a witness that has come forward. Now, before everybody fucking goes rushing to judgment and screaming, let him go, doesn't work that way. This is not the fucking movies, okay? He's not going to get the hung jury. This is not fucking Runaway Jury. This is not a John Grisham book, This is the true way it happens. Does he have action at getting out? Obviously. Hell yeah, he does. Now, the governor, Gavin Newsom of California, can immediately make a phone call and pardon Tory Lanez at any point in time that he chooses to. And there are people, in fact, Tory Lanez's own father is screaming out, he should be pardoned. If he's innocent, he should be pardoned. But just because a man all of a sudden comes forward conveniently after Tory Lanez was stabbed multiple times on a prison yard, why didn't he come forward before? Does he feel bad? Was it his guilty conscience all of a sudden? Was he willing to let Tory Lanez sit there for 10 years in the California prison system? Or when he's seen Tory Lanez got stabbed multiple times and almost lost his life, then he felt compelled to come forward. Or is this a bigger conspiracy than that? Did he come forward all of a sudden because, they want to get Tory Lanez up out of there because it's a dangerous, dangerous situation? All that kicking back on the yard, buying TVs and buying canteen for all the brothers and doing all that and deboing on people and winking at dudes, old ladies and fucking visiting. That was all cool. Let him do his thing up until the point someone aired him out and put holes in him. Now, we all know the guy who aired him out is a no good motherfucker, but he was on a no good motherfucking yard. Motherfucking Jones, right? He was on a bad yard, so there's bad people there. Now, of course, people try to make it into a black and brown thing. It wasn't. It was just a brown man that stabbed a black man. If it was a black man that stabbed a brown man, same shit. Men are men. They just got different pigmentations of skin. That's it. Now, I've seen a lot of different stories. Oh, man, it's going up. The blacks are going to fucking get off as soon as it's unlocked. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you. You guys want to hear something? You want to hear some cool shit? They're already back on the yard. Nothing has happened yet, right? On those types of yards, it's usually a personal situation unless it's the PC prison gangs that are going at it. And if that was the case, man, shit would have already went down. I could be honestly and truthful with you. I've never heard of a black PC prison gang. I've heard of black members, meaning brothers, joining the IRs or the 2-5s or the Northern Riders or the whatever. I've heard of it. It happens all the time. Ex-Crips, ex-Bloods, ex-Coomies, dudes that are non-affiliates. They just decided to kick it with them because that's their boy or their celly. But as far as them having their own righteous dropout gang, I've never seen it, never heard of it, right? So, it's definitely not a gang issue. It definitely wasn't gang related. It was definitely more so a disrespect issue. And yes, the man who did it was a pizza chit, but at the same time, he did that, okay? Whether he was EOP, a JCAT, a gang member, whatever. One never knows, does one, and one never cares either. The fact is, Tory Lanez got aired out, and now all of a sudden people are coming forward screaming for him to get out. Well, it doesn't work that way. Let me explain to you the way it works. With this new evidence, with this guy coming forward, he's going to be called into question. They're going to want to question him. They're going to want to say why. The timing is a little bit off that you come forward. Maybe you had a guilty conscience. You've seen this man on the verge of death and we're like, man, fuck that. I got to get him out, bro. I can't hold this in no more. I can't. Where was this guy during this whole trial when Tory Lanez really needed him before he was falsely accused and falsely imprisoned? That's when a brother needs you. A brother don't need you now. I mean, he'll take it. But a brother was trying to eat lobster, not sopas. Anyways, this guy never came forward, and all of a sudden, conveniently, he comes forward. Believe me, I'm not the only one that sees it. The judge, the DA, everyone's going to see it the same way. Like, why all of a sudden? To which degree of rock did they find you under? That you slithered up out, and all of a sudden, you have a story to tell that this man is innocent. Where was your antennas, motherfucker, when he was going through the hardship of county jail? When he was in high power with Lefty Gunplay? Well, excuse me, the artist formerly known as Gunplay, the symbol. I'll tell you guys the truth right here. It's gonna come into question, but he definitely has opened some eyes, and there's gonna be conversations. Phone calls will be made. Conversations will be had. But this is the way it works. It doesn't actually mean he's gonna get out overnight. The only way Tory Lanez could be released from prison overnight is if Governor Gavin Newsom from the state of California decides he has a heart and there's enough evidence, or he feels a certain type of way. He don't even know. He could wake up in the morning, take a shit, read the newspaper, and say, you know what, I'm going to let Tory Lanez out today. Will it happen? It's highly unlikely, but he can, right? Other than that, what's going to happen is Tory Lanez's lawyer is going to have to present this new evidence to a judge, to the district attorney, and try and through the appeal process, try to show, because of this new evidence that has shown up, he should have action at a new trial. So it's not just an automatic, hey, this guy said he didn't do it, get out. Who the fuck is this guy? He can say anything, anytime. Anyone can. If that's the case, you know what I mean? I could walk in right now and be like, hey, Cain Velasquez is innocent. He really didn't do it. That was me, right? Nah. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not going to be let out overnight unless the governor signs an executive order, signs an order, saying that, he's to be released, pardons him. But he definitely has a good argument. If that's true, if there's truth to this, then he should get out. Now, let's talk Oparu. Wack 100. Wack 100 has been, he's very definitely, he vested himself into the situation. Like he maneuvered himself. He wants to be the voice of the voiceless. He wants to be the voice of Tory Lanez. All of a sudden, Tory Lanez is the homie. He went from just, man, that motherfucker done shot Megan Thee Stallion. Blood, right? He in trouble. To all of a sudden, man, my brother needs to get out. My brother, right? His brother needs to get out. Where was your antennas, Wack, hunting this guy down with all this evidence before your brother got locked up? Let me tell you something about this situation. Everybody and anybody's got their 2 cents. Everyone's giving you their perspective. Everyone's trying to figure out what went on. I can tell you what went on. He done went on a bad yard and got stabbed by a J-Cat. That's what happened. Got to that fucking yard, thought he was cool because he had money, and people were showing him love, and he got comfortable. And one thing you don't do in the California prison system or any prison system, period, is get comfortable. You don't get comfortable. Okay, it's not a fucking waterbed. You don't do that. Because when you get comfortable, that makes other people uncomfortable. And when people in California prison get uncomfortable, they get to stabbing some shit. They want that. That's comfortable to them. Violence and drama in the system. And best believe it happens on every yard all the time. Don't matter what type of yard you're on. An EOP, a fucking JCAT yard, a SNY, a PC, a 50-50, an active yard. Look at, people hate being complacent. People hate the same old shit. I've seen dudes wake up in the morning and stab someone just because, guess what? They were tired of fucking eating oatmeal. It just happens, right? So this dude better count his lucky stars, Tory Lanez, that he got aired out, flown out, but didn't go out, right? He didn't die. And I think he fought back. You could tell by the wounds all over his body that he fought back, man. He shit. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie. A motherfucker's trying to stab me. I'm running, gunning, falling, yelling, pushing, and cussing. I'll step back and I'll keep busting. That's it. Busting. Just the way it is. But as far as this guy getting out because he was stabbed, there was one guy, I swear to God, I seen him, he did a video. He deserves to be let out because he got stabbed. Well, guess what? Where was my getting out card when I was stabbed? Right? It doesn't work that way. No one's going to feel sorry for you but your family and your immediate friends. It's not like that, man. That shit happens all the time on the yard. There's dudes that look at right now. Look at, ready? Go. Someone just got stabbed on the yard. It happens every day, all day long, right? There's over 40 prisons in the state of California, or pretty damn near close. And believe me, out of all those, right now, just this minute, someone got booked. It happens, man. So, I mean, the only thing that makes this a bigger issue is because it's Tory Lanez and everyone knows who he is, or a lot of people do. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. Again, man, if this evidence is real, if this dude is telling the truth, which to me, the timing is just off, they should have waited. They should have waited like another week or two, let shit die down a little bit before immediately he gets stabbed next day. Hey, guess what? I got some evidence. I was there the night. He didn't shoot nobody. Like, bro, why didn't you say that before fucking that J-Cat was booking the dog shit out of him? Before he ever got a knife in a lung, why didn't you help? Where were you at? Help! Guard! We need help. No, none of that. Man down and then man up all of a sudden. So it seems kind of fishy, man. And for people that are crying and screaming in the street, and for reals, there's literally people with tears in their eyes. I'm Rowdy Wack. They got tears in their eyes talking about, hey, he needs to be let out because he got stabbed and that ain't cool. Well, guess what, man? This morning I woke up and I was out of fucking Avena and I'm pissed. That ain't cool. Life ain't fair. Life is not cool. Unfortunately, man, it's people like this bodyguard that was there that night, allegedly, right? That hold these stories in, that don't say anything for whatever reason, that could have helped a man, a young man. Now he has a collapsed lung. Yeah, he might have a smile. He might be in good spirits. Of course you are, man. I would be too if I lived through something like that. Like, man, thank you, God. You did that. Someone did that for me, right? Whoever you believe in. Unfortunately, this is what's going to really happen. He's going to go back to his prison cell, probably the same yard, or they might move him to just a little bit of a softer, more charm in the yard. But he's probably going to go back because the other dude snatched up. The other dude who allegedly did this, Santino Casio, the one who stabbed him repeatedly, he's in ad seg for sure. And, you know, they're not going to never put them. There's now, and he's on the enemy list. So they'll never be in the same yard at the same time. Now, if they figured out that this was lightweight gang related or this, and I've even seen people say, oh, this was a hit by Rock Nation and this, and that. Listen, man, listen. Hey, stop with the conspiracy theory shit. This is not a scientist fucking science. This is not weird science. This is not a science fiction fucking show. This is not the Matrix or the plants or the deep state or none of that weird shit. This is a brother who was on the yard who got stabbed by another dude because he allegedly disrespected that dude's old lady and disrespected the yard. Was it gang related? Perhaps. Most things are in prison, unfortunately. That's just what it is. The gangs control the yards. You know, was Tory Lanez running the yard and controlling it? He could have been spending money and having it his way, like Burger King, right? And motherfuckers could have got jealous and said, go get that right? They could have hit the sweet squirrel whistle, and motherfuckers could have went over there and pico de gallo. There's a lot of different things that could have went down. The fact is, he woke up that morning, he got stabbed an hour later. That's for sure, right? All this, he needs to get out, new evidence and all that. Like I said, there was already people questioning his case well before this incident went down. I always thought, to be honest with you, I always thought, man, that's fucked up if they get that dude, man. I don't think he did that, right? That was just my personal feeling. I didn't know. I didn't care. But I thought, like, damn, that's cool, because I've seen literally, I've been in it, seen people like myself and others that were actually incarcerated doing prison time and innocent. You know, I got homeboys that are locked up for murders that did not do it. But it just is what it is, man. A lot of them, it's crazy when you see them finally realize they're never going home. Have you ever seen an innocent man? And a lot of people can't say they've seen this, and I have. When you realize he's an innocent man, he didn't do that. And it's like a different thing. It's like he loses all hope, and it's like, man, I'm never going home. It's fucked up, right? So I can sympathize with Tory Lanez if he didn't do that. If he didn't shoot Megan the man stallion in the pinky toe. Fucked up, right? But he can definitely say if he does get out eventually, man, he got the whole California experience. See, toma, there you go. Gonna make you not shoot no one in the boo-boo no more, huh? Or even be in a car riding around with some woman. That motherfucker makes people like, damn, you can't even go out and have a good time. I'm just thinking the timing is off. This dude all of a sudden slides out like, oh, man, right after fucking Tory Lanez gets stabbed. You know, they want him to go home, of course. His family's like, they'll take anything they can get. But again, man, for the people like, oh, he's going home tomorrow. No. Don't believe Wack 100, the champion of people. Like, Wack knows a lot. He's a smart individual. I'm going to keep it real, right? But he's over there trying to incite riots between black and brown. You know what I'm saying? Black's better. You got fucking weird ass. Didn't Hassan Campbell get fucked by Africa Bambaataa? I don't know. But you got that dude over there, Hassan Campbell, right? From New York, nowhere near California. Don't know what's up. Did he just get shot in the pinky toe in the projects in New York a while back? Or in the buttocks, right? You got this motherfucker over there talking about all blacks, all brothers and sisters need to come together, man. Like inciting them to get off on Mexicans, bro. Let me tell you about California, bro. Nobody wants that smoke. Nobody. Not Mexicans, not blacks, not nobody, man. Stop trying to cause chaos, man, because one Canadian got stabbed. You know, I mean, what if it was the other way around? What if it was a brother that stabbed a Mexican and the Mexicans were saying that? How would you feel, Hassan Campbell? You know, don't be a speaker for unity and to help your people, to uplift your people. Yes, man, you must stand your ground. I get it. I'd feel the same way. Stand your ground as the people. But it wasn't your ass that got poked. I mean, it was your ass that got poked, but not this time, right? So stop inciting the black and brown shit, man. You know, I've always been black and brown unity. I got a gang of brothers that are my homeboys. I go out the door right now, call my homeboy. He's a correct. I'd be like, what's up, bro? He'd be like, cuz, man, they done stabbed that motherfucker, cut. Right? He ain't even tripping. He ain't gonna say, oh, you're a SA, a Mexican. I can't fuck with you because your people, that ain't my people. That dude's a J-Cat that shot a 13-year-old girl, man. That dude's a weirdo. Straight up. I rock with you. Tory Lanez, get your get backs, right? That's how I feel. Anyways, is Tory Lanez getting out of prison? He's definitely got to go through the appeal process and be granted an appeal. It ain't automatic. New evidence will be presented to the district attorney and a judge, and they have to convince a judge that there's enough evidence to go to trial. So, man, if anything, if it's not Gavin Newsom, he's looking at another year and a half until he gets action at maybe going home. So one never knows, does one? But you don't get stabbed and get a get out of jail free card. It's not the way it works in the real world, especially not in the California prison system. I'm just telling you guys the truth. Hey, don't hate the messenger. Wack 100 on power. Don't hate the messenger, and stop trying to incite on the Mexicans, bro, because you're running around, you know what I'm saying, trying to incite shit from by. Stop trying to dictate the program. How's a motherfucker that's free going to dictate the program of those motherfuckers in there locked up? You know that shit ain't going to work. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the car. That's why they hate me. There were two reasons they hate the gun, and I'm going to tell you guys why. One, jealousy. And two, because I speak my mind and I'm keeping it real, right? There's not a lot of motherfuckers that do that. They'll bamboozle you. That's why a lot of the real righteous dudes with status, they're like, man, this dude's funny as fuck. But he do be saying some real shit. The gun.